Hi, I'm Ullman. Welcome to Parenting, Navigating Everything, the channel where we equip and empower you as a parent to navigate all aspects of parenting in this modern culture we live in today. If you've not yet clicked the subscribe button, please do so you can keep updated on future videos. In one of the talks that I do called Parenting, Navigating Everything, I look at aspects of parenting like parenting styles, time, communication, and discipline, and I showcase a lot of books. And what I want to do for this quick vlog is just to showcase those top books that I use in my talk. This would be like my top parenting books that I would suggest to you. Now, you might think that's a lot of parenting books. I would just say this: we should always have a parenting book on the go. Even if you just do 10 pages a day, it's just thinking about it, being strategic and intentional on our conversations of parenting. Book number 1 is called The Collapse of Parenting by Leonard. One of my favorite books, bar none, one of my favorite books on parenting. I actually write quotes and different things inside. Like when I hear a good one or when I read a good one, I underline it, and then I, in the front cover, kind of put a quick idea of what that is. 3 pages of great quotes from this. Probably the first book I think you should all read. Number 2 would be a book called Parenting Beyond Your Capacity by Reggie and Carey Nieuwhof. One of the best books I've seen from a faith-based, like Christian worldview and parenting kind of put together. Not a large book as well, and for some of you, you like a bit smaller book. So this is actually a great book to get. Number 3 is a book called Trophy Child by Ted Cunningham. He's a pastor down in the United States. And that book has the quote that's really the foundation of my parenting talk, which is, they will not be with you forever, so we will prepare them accordingly, right? It's the idea that our kids are not with us forever, so we better be good parents and prepare them for life accordingly. Another book coming from a faith-based perspective. Number 4 is a book called Hold On to Your Kids by Gorden, Neufeld, and Gabor Maté. Gabor Maté also wrote a book called In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts, which is one I use a lot when I'm talking about drugs, alcohol, and addictions. Number 5, Tim Elmore, and his website is quite good as well. 12 Huge Mistakes Parents Can Avoid. Wonderful book and great conversations on Generation Z and that idea. I think it's great for anyone who has even like teenagers and young adults for sure. Number 6 is How to Raise an Adult by LYTHCOTT-HAIMS. She has a great TED Talk as well that I would encourage you to see. She kind of talks about the idea of students not being like, I forget the term she uses. It's like they're not quite fully formed humans as they head into those young adult years in college and university. Number 7, George BARNA. His book, Revolutionary Parenting. Actually, I really love the cover of that. Just looks kind of sweet. But this is, again, a tiny little book, but really good statistics and good practical conversations on parenting. Number 8 is The Price of Privilege, and this is by Madeline LEVINE. Really looking at, and I love the byline here, it says, how parental pressure and material advantage are creating a generation of disconnected and unhappy kids. Quite an important book, I think, for today. Number 9, Dr. Karen's Guide to the Teen Years by Gorden. Gorden wrote an amazing book. It's not, even though it says teen years, I remember using some of these concepts when my kids were down in like the middle of elementary school. It's great, like grade 4, 5, and 6. But if you have teenagers, again, really practical conversations on this. Looking to number 10 now would be a book called Under Pressure by HONERE, H-O-N-E-R-E with the accent. He also wrote a book which was really foundational for me called In Praise of Slow, looking at slowing down. But this is kind of the same idea that there's a lot of pressure on kids today. How can we take some of that off? Number 11 is called The Gift of Failure by Jessica Lahey. And again, I love the little byline, how the best parents learn to let go so their children can succeed. A lot of these books are the same idea that we overparent, and in overparenting, we're not preparing kids for the life that they actually need to go out and live. Number 12, as we head into the last few books here, would be called The Grown-Up's Guide to Teenage Humans, which is the best title of any book I have, by an author named Josh SHIPP, S-H-I with 2 P's. Really good book, very practical. You can check out his website as well. Number 13 is a book by Dan and Chip Heath, H-E-A-T-H, and it is called The Power of Moments. And in it, one part I really love is where they talk about how transitions and pits and these kind of different seasons in your life need to be kind of celebrated, or just, you know, when there's good things that happen, you graduate grade 8, you know, or even if there is like a breakup or even a death. Not that that's celebrated, but that you as a family come together, have a meal. There's something about those moments that are really important. Book 14 would be the 5 love languages. Now there's a whole bunch of versions of this book. If you are married, the 5 love languages is perfect for you as a couple, but I think this idea is good for anybody. The idea that we love in certain ways and we receive love in certain ways. So do you know what your spouse, kind of how they receive love, and do you know how you receive love? Now flip that around to the idea of parenting. Do we know how to love our children and or our teenagers? And do they know how that they need to be loved? And there's actually a book for children and a book for teenagers. Both of those are quite good, and I would encourage you even to get both of them. And lastly is a book by MORRISH called The Secrets of Discipline. Ron has probably the best content I've ever read. He came into, back when I was teaching years ago, he came in and did a lot of different seminars for us, but it's the most practical, common sense kind of conversation on things like discipline. I will put links below to every book, and I'll give you direct links both to the Canadian and American Amazon. If there's any books you think I'm missing, please make sure you add them in the comments. Love to hear what you think. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.